Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Alright, let's talk about this interesting episode with the living dead coming back and quite the interesting outcome that I almost wish I predicted, but I had in the back of my head just a weird feeling, and there was something I wanted to put in my video before, and I did not, but I'll talk about it all in this week's episode. So, we are pretty much getting what we should be, you know, to understand why we're gonna probably get a lot more critical and huge things happening randomly. Not only did we get the instances of learning why the person in the past who, lived the same type of lifestyle, who could see these others and actually communicate with them, why he was doing it the way he was doing it, or, all these different things that he could have had reasoning behind. We never had any instances of understanding any of the things that he could have done, and to learn that there was a god of mischief, pretty much a Loki, that he had become like equals with, or maybe not even equals, like actual friends. Nah, I mean, he kind of seemed like he looked up to him. So, um, what was happening is the great grandfather of his, or his, yeah, I think it's his great grandfather. I don't even think they specified that. Like, just so long ago, someone passed away that was capable of doing this, and now he's the next one in line who has to do it, practically. And by being that person and looking just like him, this black fox, who's the god of, I pretty much just want to call him Loki. I just want to call him Loki. Um, who just wants to have fun and cause some mischief by, surprising our main character because he looks just like the person he's grown fond of and loved to be around and called him a true friend. Uh, but him learning the truth that it is actually, not him at that moment was pretty dumb of of the main character. But it's also the way that this is all delivered. It was so real. Like, yes, you're gonna get fed up dealing with someone who's straight up giving you some weird comic book type, choices all of a sudden. You met all these others, and yet none of them were just so fixated on you. Not only were they not fixated on you, they weren't trying to give you ultimatums like, oh, if you don't destroy this girl, you're gonna destroy the world. But if you do kill this girl, you save the world. Like, he literally was going for something like that, which clearly was, it felt very rusy. And next thing you know, we start to really understand just what he's even doing this for. He's like, I didn't really plan to go this far, but you didn't say my name. So when you didn't say my name, I kind of figured something was up. But because I'm so petty, I just kept going and going and going. And hey, if you say my name, I'll stop everything. Like, literally becoming one of the best characters in the show. Not only that, he also is giving some light to another character who, seemingly was the tough guy. He's like seemingly the older one out of the group of our three guys that go around in the squad. But at the same time, there seemed like there was a little bit something he was holding back, or something that, all these people are probably here for their own reasons, and I couldn't picture why this guy was here. And now we get even more about the side characters. One who has his sister has been supposedly kidnapped for 10 years or something along those lines, and he's never had some type of trail on it until now, because Mr. Loki was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't kidnap these girls. I had a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend who knew a demon who got me these girls. Like you could honestly tell he's like, oh yeah, I just have to kidnap these girls to make the altar. Yeah, that's not my thing. I'll just find someone else that's already gotten some kidnapped girls or some girls that I can borrow, including since he probably wasn't going to actually allow them to die or anything along those lines. So I don't know. I honestly didn't expect this character to be so funny. You could see in the opening song that looks more like a menace or like something kind of the yin to the main character's yang or whatever. It felt like that type of deal, but then all of a sudden the way he's acting all bubbly and the way that he just is altogether completely threw me for a loop. Uh, Not only that, the main guy summed it up the best. He's like he's just a little kid who pulled the fire alarm. He literally just wants to see what happens after you pull the fire alarm, and if he thinks it's funny, then he's gonna remember that for the rest of his life. If he gets in trouble and it's not funny, oh, he'll remember it, but he won't be telling people that he was crying like a baby when he got spanked. So it's just one of those weird instances where not only are we getting an amazing show, like the concept of the show, we got angels, demons, all these different things within the show, and now here comes the literal god of mischief, a man who's caused tons and tons of people to lose their lives, and he's practically a 10-year-old kid. Like he's literally has the mind, or he has like the tendencies of a child. So it's getting interesting. Not only is he like that, he is all powerful. This man had gone out of his way to get multiple upon multiple things that are almost insanely hard to attain. So not only is he capable of getting things like that, he is capable of floating, phasing through walls seemingly, all these different types of things, and that seemingly probably doesn't even scratch the surface of what he truly can do. But I feel like we're going to learn a lot more about his overall past and the fact that, like he said, I didn't kill that many people. I mean, he's probably lived for quite some time, and maybe killing over, 5 million people isn't much for him because he's lived for years and daons, flayons, clayons. He's lived for ever, so maybe that's a reason why he doesn't think killing so many people is bad. But at the same time, if this is how he gets down, if the reason why he didn't want to do certain aspects of like the kidnapping and stuff like that is because he just isn't that's not how he rolls, then clearly maybe the people that were killed by him, quote unquote, were because he got them mixed up in his overall jokes, and it goes too far and they end up dying. Um, that's the only thing I could really think of. Oh yeah, that was dirty. I'm keeping that in the video. But overall, truly, truly good stuff. We needed a character that could give us more details, not only on just the others, but give us details, in the past and why it's so important for someone like this main character to be able to talk to the others and humans to kind of breach the gap in between them, or if it even is important, or if it's just like some sick joke or something. But yeah, I really, really suggest you guys check this out. It's only going to be 12 episodes, so I'm hoping that it doesn't just like shoehorn a whole bunch of stuff and force it to end in 12 episodes if it could have lasted longer. But that's not for me to judge. That's for this 12 episodes that have already been created to show me, and I really hope that we get something good to watch. So overall, amazing stuff, and I hope that they can continue this trend of just surprising me. And I did want to say that he seemed like a good guy because when we saw the monster with the multiple heads, it looked like someone with blue hair and not with black hair was riding on it at the end of the night when we first saw it. So that was kind of my instance of being like, okay, maybe it wasn't him and it was someone else, because this black hair and stuff doesn't really, it would be hard to tell if it was blue or black at the nighttime when we saw it. So that was my only really guess, that there was someone else that kind of was looking similar to him. So with that being said, though, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening. Sorry this video may be short. I just wanted to get it out there with another video at the same time. I'm going to see if that actually does better or if it does worse, because I usually have some time in between, but having them both done in instance and done in the same mission of this game seems like it won't work out well, but we'll see how it is. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for the support. I can't wait to get more videos and content out to you guys soon. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe, have that notification bell on to be notified. I am the Anime G, and I will always have pictures of every week's episodes in the details. So if you want to see screenshots from those, check it out. So with that, peace.